Well, we are in store for a great game today, everyone. Kate Scott and Brock Huard, along for the ride in this one. We love these. Five weeks come and gone already. And we're off here in Week 6 on EA Sports. Starting from the 5. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down. So the Commanders' offense headed out for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by this dual-threat quarterback.
Just an all-around great performance from him last week, Kate, in the win. Those 2 touchdowns he had played a big part in the victory, no question. But so did keeping it clean, not throwing a pick. You want to become friendly with your own defense? Make sure they don't have any extra possessions to defend. He did his job, and so did his teammates.
Completed to his running back. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. And he'll get it up to the 44. A look at his numbers on the ground from last week here. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. They'll try and throw it here. Now he's past the 25. He makes it in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders take a 6-0 lead right away. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when he could go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
That one splits the uprights. And the Commanders will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Return coming from the 6. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So the Giants out and getting set for their first drive. Leading them out, someone we're all very excited to watch. It's the rookie out of Alabama.
It's always fun, puts a smile on my face when I see a rookie leading an offense out. A lot of them look like 10-year vets with confidence and poise in the middle of that huddle, middle of their teammates. Well, let's watch his first couple throws. That's where sometimes you could see some of those nerves slipping through.
And he's brought down for a loss.
These edge defenders in the league today, Kate, they've got so much on their list to do. A huge to-do list. They got to get to the passer, they got to set an edge, and they got to stop that run game, not just on the end of the line, but in that case, right in the middle of the field.
And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line. It's only a gain of 1. Back-to-back misfires on the ground, and they're facing 3rd and long. Here's a throw. Buys time, rolling right. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Here's the one back on the handoff. Blast through midfield. And he's finally taken down at the 39-yard line. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
To be a stud back in this league, it takes more than just checking the athletic boxes. There's an IQ, a feel, a patience and craftiness required along with just tremendous vision. He showed all of it navigating that run up the middle.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he's able to get this down to the edge of the red zone. We get a look at his rushing numbers from last week here, what he was able to do in support of that win. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Back now, pressure on its way. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
You can put that sack right into the coverage sack category. You can see the quarterback, he's scanning, right? He's going through his progressions. 1, 2, 3, nobody's open. And then bam, sack lunch.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. Throwing from the gun. Completed over the middle. And they get this down to the 28.
Pursue, pursue, pursue. It's why they do these drills all the time, Kate. You do them through the offseason, you do them through training camp, you do them in the regular season. Because when a defense plays with tremendous pursuit, you force 4th downs just as they did. Well, nothing to critique there. Good snap, good hold, and he puts it through to pay off the drive with 3 points.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Jackson now to return it. And look at this return. Coverage team tracks him down as the return reaches the 35. Commanders starting out in a good spot this drive as they get set. 1st and 10. Option give here. Broke through the tackle. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
First and 10, looking to throw. Dumps it off to his running back. And they get there to take him down right around the 41.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well, and it sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. 1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. Another carry for him. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
From the gun, here's a handoff. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
That was the perfect play call for that particular situation. Gave him enough to pick up a 1st with some room to spare.
Changing things up. They're going to throw now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't. They call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. Trying again, following the sack. Throw left side, complete. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. Looking for a throw here. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up. The Commanders going field goal here. From the left hash, this would be 43 yards. And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And add 3 to their lead as it extends to 7.
I know, you always want to finish drives in the end zone, but no matter what, the important thing is they end in some kind of points, and that's mission accomplished there.
Has this at the 6. And look at this return. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Back to throw on 1st and 10. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get it up to the 44. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first. Give now to the running back. And that's only 1 yard up the middle. Going to be 2nd down.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. They're now set for 1st and 10. One quarter down for these two NFC East teams. Neither side separating much so far. We're back to Northwest Stadium right after this. Welcome back. We'll begin this 2nd quarter with the Giants in possession. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Now they'll throw out of the gun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. He's dropping back to throw. On the move, headed right. He's running for it. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
The Giants are set to punt. And he's got a good chance to really stick him deep his first time out. And that's out. We're just waiting for the spot. They're going to say it cleared the sideline over top the 14. They're out and set. 1st and 10.
19, Tiger, 19, Tiger.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Trying for the deep ball. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete.
Well, I'll tell you what that deflection is all about is following the quarterback's eyes. DB knew where that throw was going. With that intuition, he's able to get a hand on it and send it right out of bounds.
And he'll get this across the 15 to about the 17. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7. They'll throw it. Connects on the crosser. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
I think the defense is still turned around looking for where the ball is, because that QB and tight ends, they got that ball out in a hurry.
1st and 10 now from the 30. He'll throw it yet again. Throwing the out route complete. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
He takes off left on this 2nd down. And an opening doesn't materialize. He's cut near the line of scrimmage. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Trying to get it with the option. And they'll pitch it out to him. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That's one of those plays, Kate, as an offense, it just sticks with you a little bit. It bothers you that you just can't convert on a very manageable down and distance. And on the other side, well, sure gives you some confidence defensively to get off the field.
The Commanders ready for the punt. And we'll see how his debut offering goes. Surprisingly had to punt 5 times in last week's win, and he sends this away. So no return on that punt. And it'll be Giants football. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Right up the gut. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
I've talked to running backs over the years, Kate, in the transition from the college game to the pro game. They'll tell you, there's just times in the NFL you got to run into darkness. You run into a lot of bodies. Perfect example of that on the 1st down play.
And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains. Markers reset, ball at the 37. To throw it on 1st down. Finds his man over the middle. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Bails out of the pocket quick. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Even from the booth, Kate, I could hear it. I could hear that front 7 telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise, you deliver, and that's exactly what they did, wasting no time in getting that sack.
And he's officially in enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. A 9-yard gain and good for a 1st down.
Well, there's a time to be a little finessey with the football, put a little touch on, and then there's time to put your arm into it and let it eat. Throw it right through your target's chest. This one, well, that one right there was the latter. Smart to make a fastball zing in before anyone could undercut the curl route.
He's got a man left. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
You get this big old dude like him in the slot, it's an automatic mismatch advantage. You trade a little bit of speed, sure. But you sure do get a lot of size. And anytime he's in the slot, you got to assume the ball's going his way.
And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Just 2 yards there on the carry. They're going to need another 2 now on 3rd down. Throwing off the play fake here. Looking to his fullback now. He'll head out of bounds after a small gain. This one goes for 3 yards. And the Giants will have a 1st down. They go play action here. And this throw's knocked away, incomplete.
Well, QB put it pretty close to the sideline to begin with, and the defender, look at him, just put his little hand right out there. It just encouraged it to fall out of bounds.
Hits his running back. Pick up of a few as he heads out of bounds.
Simply part of the job description for any running back in today's game. You're out there, you're going to be one of your quarterback's most important safety valves. And you've got to be ready for that check down at all times.
And he didn't get enough into that throw. That's low and incomplete, so they're going to be facing 4th down coming up.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
So this one carries all the way to the sideline and out. No chance to make a play on that, and they'll take over at the 16-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And now they face 2nd down. Throwing now off play action. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3. We've hit the 2-minute warning now from the nation's capital. The Commanders driving. 2nd and 3 now. From the 41. Short pass brought in. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down. New set of downs for him from the 46.
Let's go.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Hauled in left side. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. 2nd and 3 now. From the 39. Completed to his running back. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that'll be good for a Washington 1st.
This running back is a mismatch maker. That's how I label him on my little sheet right here. Right under his bio, this guy just creates matchup nightmares for every defender on the field.
We'll just huck this one into row C, and some lucky fan is going to haul in a heck of a souvenir. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Still sticking with the passing game. It is Kupp, left side. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. And the Giants going nickel, 3rd down coming. Dropping back to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. They get 13 on the pickup. And the Commanders will have a 1st.
You'll often hear it said, in my life experience, it's true, the NFL is a game of matchups, so much more than any level. And these tight ends, we see it time and again, are such a matchup nightmare down the field.
Caught by his back. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. Now, just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. Angling this one in from the right hash, the challenge here. Celebrating a decade in the NFL, he sends it through. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. A final throw before the break. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. It's halftime from near the nation's capital. The Commanders pulling in front after 2. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to Orlando. Turn things over to our buddy Jonathan Coachman in the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll start over at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, where it was the Bucs who were able to get the victory at home. The Bucs off to a strong start as they run their mark to 4-2 with the victory.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. His return starts at the 5. He's got a lane up past the 30. The tackle's made, so this drive will begin at the 34-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Forced out to his right. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Hey, Kate, I think we know that the quarterback's a demanding position because not only do you have to have a clock in your head, but you've got to have a spatial awareness of where you are on the field. And once you start retreating, going backward and backward and backward, you got to just fling the ball in the stands. Otherwise, well, you take a huge negative sack like that.
Trying again, following the sack. Nowhere to go with it, so Hinders throws it away.
You know what I like about this shot down the field, Kate? It keeps a defense honest. They know defensively, if we overcommit, we could get burned deep.
Throw left side, complete. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line.
You know, I don't mind the scheme. In fact, I like the call. Just not on that 3rd down in particular. Need to get it closer to the sticks to have a chance to move those chains.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. It's a 54-yard punt that time. And the Commanders will go on offense. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. It's an option right that begins this drive. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
And he took a lane and got this up to the 23. It's a gain of 4, and they're going to need twice that now on 3rd and 8. Pass play now. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. Hits the 20. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders push their lead further to start the half. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
You know, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
That one right down the middle. And the Commanders take a 3-possession lead. The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. He fields it from the 8. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Now here comes the New York offense. And as much as we thought we'd be watching highlights here, talking about this passing game, Brock, it's been the guys on the other side of the ball who've come in and stolen that spotlight.
Yeah, and in an offensive-driven league, and one that's sometimes even legislated that way, it's nice and refreshing to see a defense put together an effort like this.
Amen.
Be the ones everybody's talking about for how well they played on their side of the ball.
And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
If there's ever a play we could call garden variety in the NFL, I think we just saw it right there. That's an uneventful run and a pretty sound stop there defensively.
Chased out to his right. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up. Throwing it. one's dropped for what would have been a nice gain. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now they're staring at 4th and long.
Oh, that's a major missed opportunity right there. Coverage can breathe a little sigh of relief. They dodged a bullet. Time to adjust and get some extra help on the back end to take away those open shots downfield.
Takes this in at the 25. And he's brought down before the return gets far. And that punt gets up to 59 yards. And they'll get ready to go on offense. Ball at the 33 for first down. Hand off to the back. And he's officially into enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. They'll get 18 yards there. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
You call that first down running play. You don't always expect to get those kind of yards, but they'll take that every single time.
And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. Following the play, we have an injured commander. The training staff out there to check on him as we pause. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Cut for big yards on the right side. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. They get 22 on that one. And the Commanders will have a first. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they bring him to a stop with this run, gets him into the red zone down to the 15. 2nd and 3 now. Back to the well again. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Hey, look, any run of this size is going to wound the defense. But you get this game going right up the heart of their defense, you start to break their will and break their pride.
Pass play on 1st and goal. That one's incomplete in the end zone. Took his shot at 6 that time. So now it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And he pushes them a little closer to the 3. He gets 2 on that run. That brings up 3rd and goal. He's going to throw this one. And he's in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders could push this to a 4-score game as they take a 23-point lead. Well, this machine has been firing on all cylinders this game, partner. And it continues firing as that lead grows yet again.
And those who've tried to get in the way of that machine you're talking about, namely the defense, well, they've paid the price over and over and over again.
That one splits the uprights. And the Commanders make it a 24-point ball game. The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Brings in the kick at the 9. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. And they'll only let him get up to around the 28 before taking him down. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. From the 28. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Pass play coming here. And this is intercepted. And the Commanders take over as he records his 10th career INT.
The best defenses, you can go look at it through the decades, are built from the inside out. And that's not just stopping the run on the inside out. That's playing your coverage from the inside out. That time, beautiful job by the defense of taking away the middle of the field, getting that interception, and setting their offense up for success.
Washington ready to go on offense as they take the field. Ball at the 33 for first down. Quickly out to the right, complete. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
You call that receiver screen, and every once in a while, that wide receiver, well, he's got to be his own blocker. He's got to make the first guy or two miss. That didn't happen, play goes nowhere.
Oh, the football's loose. And no turnover, it's going to stay with the offense. A gain of 4 for them, that sets up 3rd and 7. Ooh, so close to a big play defensively there, Brock, but now these guys got to stay out there. They were unable to bring in the fumble they just forced.
They do, got to bring a little bit of juice, but kind of like a boxer when they get a guy cut, they know. Man, if I get that first cut, I can make them bleed. And you get that ball out the first time, I guarantee you, I promise you, those guys are thinking they'll get it the next.
Things got a little too carried away there, and we are not surprised at all to see the flags fly and the penalty called.
Automatic first down.
So now then, after the penalty, this is 1st and goal. Running it after the penalty. And he's brought down for a loss.
Good defensive tackles in this league, Kate. They can take up a couple blockers. Great defensive tackles. Well, they stuff the stat sheet just like that, knocking that run backwards before it could get started.
2nd and goal coming up from the 7.
You know, I often say there is a fine line between aggressiveness and carelessness. And when you throw into double coverage, well, it can go either way. That time, a tremendous catch by his receiver on the other end.
Here we go, right up the gut. And he could not get there. They stop him right at the line. No pickup on the run, and now it's 4th and goal.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that grows the lead to 27.
So many of these players on the field, Kate, they just strive for consistency, but not the kickers. They strive for perfection, and so far, he's just that.
Return coming from the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Dumps it off to his running back. And he's tackled for a short gain.
It's sure nice to have that safety valve. Sure nice to have a running back that's not just able to tote it, Kate, but he's able to catch it. That's now multiple times they've looked his way, and multiple times he's delivered.
And without much room to work, he has a minimal gain on the final play of the 3rd quarter. Thankfully, only 1 quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair. The Giants have it to start the 4th in a game that seems pretty far out of reach. And for the Commanders, a 5th defensive back out there. They're going nickel on 3rd down. Throwing now from the gun. Rolling left, buying some time. He takes it himself. And he slides down with enough to pick up that 1st. They get an even 10 on that play. And it's good enough for a New York first down. Back to throw. Finds him over the middle. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Well, things weren't about to end after the first hit or the second. This tight end had a vision for what he wanted to happen after the catch, and he was going to take on all comers to try to make it a reality.
Connecting on the slant. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. That's a pickup of 9. And the Giants will have a first down. Throwing from the gun here. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Throwing it again here. Short pass caught by his tight end. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Trying to throw here out of the gun. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Simply put, Kate, that's just job well done by the defense. You get a completion on 2nd down and go backwards? That's some pretty superhuman effort and want to from this defense.
To the air, 3rd and long. Escapes the pocket. He's keeping it. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And it's good enough for a New York first down. Caught him across the line early there. That's an easy call for our officials.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So he jumped too early, and that's going to cost him 5 yards.
Still first down.
So they'll only need 5 now after that neutral zone infraction penalty. Airing it out on first down. The throw is caught. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Back to throw now. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up 3rd down. Now looking to throw. Ooh, that looked like a pick for a second, but it hits the end zone grass. They are very fortunate to get this one back, but now they've got 4th down. Trying to push this past the marker. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
There wasn't a lot there for him, but he did what he needed to do. Go get that first down. Picked up the short gain, didn't risk a big loss. Looking for a bigger lane elsewhere.
Too much on that, and it sails through the end zone, incomplete.
QBs, well, they're a lot like the great shooters in the NBA. Hey, listen, sometimes you're going to miss. You just got to shake it off and keep shooting away.
Has it in close. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
This defense didn't give up contain there, Kate. That was an instance where the more exciting plays were taken away downfield. And even looking to the tight end wasn't going to net them much.
He's on the... and he will score. It's a New York touchdown. The Giants making the scoreboard look a touch better. Just a great effort there from him, Brock, to take it upon himself, embrace the initiative, and turn that drive into 6.
You know, Kate, there was a day when you were watching Steve Young or Randall Cunningham, and that felt like a bonus touchdown. But that's not today. It feels like every quarterback's got to be able to score, be a dual threat on the ground. It's part of an offense every single team relies upon.
Not really much of an avenue left for a comeback in this one, but they still have to try the onside kick here. And the Commanders are able to cover the kick. Well, I guess they kind of had to do it here, Brock.
Yeah, it's called a have to. Yeah, kind of have to at this point of the game, huh?
Okay, but like most things in this game, it did not work out for them.
Yeah, let's face it, even if they do recover that, probably not going to find a way to win. But this is a time where you work on things, where you do build to the following week. Got to find a way to flush this because it's just not been their kind of game.
The Commanders are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. They give it to him again. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
These stops, they don't always make the end-of-game highlight reels, but they absolutely should. The coaches and players know it. Offenses are always counting on yards on that type of run. And anytime it results in a loss, it could be a potential drop.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
No one picks him up, and he reminded everyone in the building why that's a major mistake. The linebacker's athleticism on full display. A sack in under 2 seconds? That's a select group of players on the planet who could pull that off.
They're out now, ready to punt it. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. Ooh, it's away, but he knows he mishit that one. Headed for the sideline. No return on this one. It's going to make it out of bounds and across the 25, spotted at the 24. New York taking over once again. The offense heading out. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Setting up a throw. Escapes the pocket. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. Working quickly here. Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. That's completed right side. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Hits him on the out route. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. He finds his running back. Nice work, complete. And they bring him down around the 34. 2nd and 6 now. Dumped off to his running back. And he's all the way to the edge and out of bounds along the line. All right, one more snap before the 2-minute warning. They'll throw on 3rd and long. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up. Looking to the air here. He finds him beyond the marker. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. The Giants using their first timeout. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. All right, set now, 1st and 10. He'll throw it yet again. Short pass brought in. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. Trying to set this up quick. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. Timeout calls, and that's going to be the 2nd for New York. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on 3rd down.
Bend. Even good defenses, great defenses in this league, Kate, they're going to bend at times, but you never want to break. And when you get a sack in the red zone, that goes a long ways to helping your efforts.
Caught near the goal line. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. Gets it towards the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one, Kate. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back on track.
On 2nd and 2. And they will score. Touchdown, New York. The Giants get it back to within 2 possessions. You always tell me, Brock, it is a whole different world here, running routes, working in confined spaces, instead of having that whole field to spread out a defense.
Oh, spot on, Kate. And some players, that's the world they thrive in, finding windows where windows shouldn't exist and then being ready for the throw to arrive. It happens so fast, trusting your quarterback to make the right read and get it to you.
So even after the score, they're still down 2 possessions. Time not exactly on their side as they try this onside kick. And this is going to be covered up by the Commanders. That should just about lock up the win. Even with that kick, there wasn't much chance of pulling off the comeback. And now that they've failed to recover, partner, I'd say this one officially over and done with.
They went out, taking every chance they could, right? Swinging as much as possible, but you just can't have this big a deficit this late in the game. Pete Carroll likes to say, can you win a game in the first quarter, the second quarter, third quarter? Nope. You win it when it matters in this league, and that's finishing in the 4th.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. With the win in hand, they'll take the knee, let this clock run out. The Giants are going to call their final timeout here. Lining up to take a knee on 2nd down. Commanders breaking out the victory formation here as he goes to a knee.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
He'll go to a knee to close this one out, Brock, and it's only fitting that he's holding the ball in the end after the absolutely tremendous game that he had. So score this as a win for the Commanders. And they draw first blood against a division rival. They'll go on the road later this year with a chance at completing that season sweep. So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner, Brock Huard, and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Commanders. As with that, we sign off from D.C.